Senior Trump advisor Stephen Miller went on TV on Sunday. He did a round of interviews, basically channeling the dictatorial perspective, the likes of which we would expect to hear from someone like North Korean dictator Kim Jong-Un. The president has all the power. The president will not be questioned, period. Truly disturbing and reminiscent of despotism. I'd get the kids out of the room before this clip I'm about to play for you. This is very disturbing and scary for anybody that believes in concepts like democracy, checks and balances, etc. Brace yourselves. Strap in, folks.
Do you feel like you and your staff there that you're in control of events at the White House?
I think to say that we're in control would be a substantial understatement. We have equal branches of government in this country. The judiciary is not supreme. There's no such thing as judicial supremacy. What the judges did, both at the ninth and at the district level, was to take power for themselves that belonged squarely in the hands of the President of the United States.
Stephen, the three judges say you're flat wrong.
No, the three judges made a broad, overreaching statement. This is an ideological disagreement between those who believe we should have borders and should have controls, and those who believe there should be no borders and no controls. This is a judicial usurpation of power. The end result of this, though, is that our opponents, the media, and the whole world will soon see, as we begin to take further actions, that the powers of the president to protect our country are very substantial and will not be questioned. And the bottom line is the president's powers in this area represent the apex of executive authority. We will have unquestioned military strength beyond anything anybody can imagine. We have a president who has done more in 3 weeks than most presidents have done in an entire administration. Saying that we stand with our ally, having the two men appear on camera worldwide to all of planet Earth, was a statement that will be understood very well by North Korea. I'm not going to make a comment on that. I don't have any information on it. I do want to say that Sean Spicer, as always, is 100% correct, and that what he said is true and important, and I agree with it.
So then you are making a comment on it?
I'm not going to make any new comment. It is a fact, and you will not deny it, that there are massive numbers of non-citizens in this country who are registered to vote. That is a scandal. We should stop the presses. That's the story we should be talking about, and I'm prepared to go on any show, anywhere, anytime, and repeat it and say the President of the United States is correct 100%.
First instinct, Pat, is this a character that this guy's playing, or is he actually an unbridled lunatic?
I think it's a character. I
Really?
mean, what stood out to you the most? The biggest thing for me was that Sean Spicer is correct 100% of the time.
Yeah, who could believe that?
Yeah.
I actually think Stephen Miller is completely out of his mind. I think that he is unhinged in a way that we have rarely seen before. Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski on MSNBC, they actually seem to be literally at a loss for words after seeing this.
That's a White House advisor, right?
Oh my God. It's not even funny. Can't even.
Oh my God.
It
was hot. So much worse.
It's much
than I ever
worse.
thought.
It's much worse.
Wow.
100% correct.
100% correct. It is a fact, and you will not deny it, a fact that was actually a lie.
Right.
And then again, he learned this, I guess, in autocracy for young politicals.
Okay, you told me not
hold
to
on a
say
second.
it.
Hold on. When he said
What?
This is the attitude of the administration. The great leader's wisdom will not be questioned publicly, period. This tells us so much about why the administration would be so upset about Saturday Night Live parodies, right? And this rant should worry everybody. It's not just Democrats or liberals or whatever. The administration is totally unconcerned with the truth. But that lack of concern with the truth is being combined with a complete and utter disregard for the separation of powers. And Donald Trump went to praise Stephen Miller after these insane appearances on Twitter saying, "Congratulations, Stephen Miller, on representing me this morning on the various Sunday morning shows. Great job." I've not seen anything like this.
Yeah, absolutely not. And I mean, Stephen Miller's only 31 years old, which sounds a little young to be the senior policy advisor to the president. So maybe he feels like he has to prove himself. And if that means lying or sounding like an authoritarian, he's willing to do it.
He needs to go out there and appear to be a loyal soldier to Trump. And that's exactly the impression that he gave. You'd think that after 8 years from Republicans screaming about how Obama's a dictator, that they see Stephen Miller show up and say effectively the president will not be questioned and all of his associates are 100% right, period. No one in the Obama administration ever showed up on national TV and ranted in this dictatorial way. But imagine if someone had. Do you have any idea what would have happened if Valerie Jarrett, an Obama advisor, for example, went on national TV and said things like this? It would be wall-to-wall coverage on all right-wing media. If Obama or anybody associated with him had even hinted at the idea that, quote, the president's power will be unquestioned, it would have been scandal because of its authoritarian dictatorial nature. But when it's Trump's guy, wow, bright young guy, huh, Pat? Doing a hell of a job.
It also just doesn't make any sense. I mean, we have 3 equal branches of government in this country, and judicial review is a thing. They struck down Donald Trump's travel and refugee ban, and they were completely in their authority to do that.
Oh, but yeah, but I mean, you're operating at the facts level. And that, I mean, that has, I mean, it's funny, but that has no bearing whatsoever on what people like Kellyanne Conway, Sean Spicer, and Stephen Miller are going to say. Discuss this with us on our Reddit discussion forum, davidpakman.com/Reddit. That's REDDIT. Gamefly is sort of like Netflix for video games. They have over 8,000 new and classic games for Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3, Wii, and a bunch of other platforms. And you can play as many games as you want for one monthly fee. And if you find some games you want to keep, you can buy them for a low used price. There's never any due dates or late fees. And our audience can get a free 30-day trial at gameflyoffer.com/TDPS. The games are shipped directly to you with return envelopes included. There's no contracts, and you can rent games through the mobile app. Get the free 30-day trial for the David Pakman Show audience and support our show by going to gameflyoffer.com/TDPS.